Hi everybody, it's Sunday, so it's time for another Facebook Live. The card that I'm going to share with you today was designed by Angie Oldenburg, who's one of my fellow demonstrators in the States. We participated in a vlog hop, so a video hop, and this was the card that she did. So if you want to see her original video, look her up on YouTube, Angie Oldenburg. Otherwise, these are the cards that we're going to make. Right, so this is using the Oh So Ombre DSP, which is one of the Sale-A-Bration rewards that you can redeem this year. It's very pretty paper. It's got the different colors in the dots and the sort of solid, and it's got that ombre effect, so dark to light on all of the paper. Then what I've used is the messages. So that's from a stamp set that's coming in the new mini catalog, many messages stamp set. So you can see it's got a whole lot of really nice sentiments that you can use. The thing with this is, big surprise, it's one stamp. So it's not a whole lot of little stamps, it's one stamp. Quite big stamp. And what it also has is the many messages dies. So once you've stamped it, and no, this isn't to size, we'll stamp it, that fits over, that you can cut all of your messages out. Now, let me just grab a piece of white cardstock. I had everything all set out for us and then realized that I didn't have a piece of white to stamp my messages on. Probably because I want to show you the stamping, but I'm not actually going to use what I've stamped right now. Now, what you can do if you wanted to is stamp your message in whatever color is coordinating with your card. I'm not going to do that simply because I don't want a whole heap of messages in different colors. So I'm using early espresso. I don't want it to be completely black. I want it to be just slightly less stark. So let's ink up my stamp pad. When I say ink up my stamp pad, I mean my stamp. Really nicely. And then I'm going to, so big stamp, big pressure. You could do this on your Stamparatus. I just had a block here. Right, so once that's stamped, you can fit your die over it and it matches up exactly, so you just need to try and align it that it's pretty much straight there. Okay, and run it through your stamp and emboss machine and you'll get a whole heap of sentiments out of it that you can use as you're going along, whatever you like. Then what I did do is I then ran my die through again with the background color. So I'm going to use my color to back my sentiment once we get onto the card. Let's cut the DSP. Now, when you're cutting your DSP, you want to make sure that you're cutting it in the right direction. And what I mean by that is when I'm cutting, I want to cut that way so that each strip is going from dark to light. I don't want to cut that way because then we're not getting that ombre effect. Each strip is going to be the same color. So this card uses quite a lot of the DSP. So it's 6 by 6 inch strips, and you're going to use 2 sheets of paper. So 2 6 by 6 inch for each card. You won't need the full one. It's probably about 1.5 that you need. Now I have pre-cut a lot of it because I don't want to do everything that's completely repetitive as per usual. So you're going to cut your DSP into 1.5 inch strips. And here's where I'm going into centimeters again. So 1.5 inches is going to be 3.8 centimeters. So you're going to get 4 strips out of each sheet of DSP. Now this you can do together, 2 pieces together, or you can do it one at a time if you're less confident. So take your strip and put the top corner and the bottom corner along your cutting track, and you're then just going to cut through. Okay, so you've got all of your strips cut into triangles. Now for my Starburst, I'm taking a sheet of cardstock that's the size that I would ordinarily do my first layer. So here it's 14.4 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And I've put a layer of the adhesive sheets on here. I had one already cut that wasn't quite the size, so it's in 2 pieces, but that's going to work. You can put glue down and just glue the whole thing. That tends to get your fingers a bit sticky, but it will work. So whatever's easiest for you. You do want to put your glue on the paper though, not on your DSP. Okay, so starting roughly in the middle, you can make it crooked if you want to, so it could go that way out. I'm going to start kind of in the middle, and I'm just sticking my first piece straight. Now what I want is I want to find a piece which has got a lighter point going up to the darker top, and here I want to match them up so that they're right against each other. We don't want gaps between the pieces, and we're going to lay it down, and I'm going to keep going like that, rotating the strips so that it's going light to dark, dark to light, light to dark, dark to light as we go through. Now, I quite like the effect of this plain piece because I think that if you look at the green one here, it almost looks like you've got satin ribbon that's been placed on that sort of change in colors makes it look like the ribbon shining. It would be a good idea not to have that sticking there. That one's going to be a little piece to fill in the gap. Sorry, I try not to do things that are too repetitive and boring for you to watch, but this just needs to go through and continue. So with this one, or those two, I used the 2 different pieces of DSP, so there was 1 piece of each. I think that what I'm going to do is actually try it with only the circles. Initially I thought that it might just be a little bit too dotty, but I'm going to give it a try. I think that it might actually end up looking quite nice. Okay, so once you get going, that piece isn't working for me. Let's just see, do I have another piece? I thought I would get away with not cutting the last two. I was going to use them for the inside of the card, but it looks like I need one more piece here. And we want that dark by the bottom bit. And I've got the tiniest little bit there, so I'm going to put a piece over that. The glue should grab it. Alright, so there's my piece all covered. Now, you can cut this on your trimmer, but at least your initial cut, you need to cut with the scissors so that you've got a straight edge. I'm going to try and cut it all the way around with the scissors. Cutting straight is not my forte, but we'll give it a shot. Done. Let's get, we're going to find something to do with all these extra bits that you cut off, but there is my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana Bermuda Bay background and we're going to stick that on. Now you could pop that onto dimensionals. I'm going to leave it flat. Just need my glue. Okay, now it's up to you whether you want it to go, that your card is going to go sort of landscape, or it could go portrait, or it could go portrait that way, or it could go landscape that way where you've got your bursts coming down. So whichever direction you want, and that's largely going to depend on what sentiment you want. So thinking from here, I'm maybe going to go with a happy birthday. So I'm going to stick my sentiment that it's covering my sort of initial bit there. So I want it to look like all my points are coming from the same point. So we're going to hide it. So I'm going to go with that happy birthday. If it was one of the, okay, and this is a smudged one, but if it was one of the more sort of upright sentiments, then I might do it that way. But we're going to go with another portrait card. So what I'm going to do is, from my cutouts of my background piece, I'm going to find the one that corresponds with that. Now, remember, now I'm going to keep all of these bits and pieces because the next time I use a card, and I can imagine me using this paper in quite a lot of cards, so I'll just have those backings to put onto that. Now, I've cut them out of the same die, so they are the exact same size. So what I can do is either layer it like that so that I've got a bit of a background sticking out like that, or I could cut this that I've got the background top and bottom. So like I did with that one, I cut it in half and then just layered that so that was poking out. I think that this time I'm going to have it edged like that. So, yeah, I did stamp the back of it twice because the first time I wasn't happy with the way it had come out. But hey, paper has two sides and we're not going to see the back of it. Okay, so I'm going to stick that on there. And then I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals. Pop that on, that it's kind of in the middle. And there is my Starburst card. What I'll do is just take one of my leftover bits of DSP, and this is why I didn't want to cut them all, just in case I wanted a strip. So I'm going to stick my strip along the bottom of my insert. Pop that inside the card. And I'm done, all ready to send to somebody. So here it is in each of the different colors that comes with this DSP. So Sale-A-Bration and the new mini catalog go live on Tuesday, so you want to get that in. So the many messages bundle, stamp set and die is priced at $87.50. So that's just below your amount to earn your Sale-A-Bration rewards. For Sale-A-Bration, you need to spend $90 to get the reward. So you're going to need to add something to that bundle to bump it up to the $90. My go-to is always Tombow, $7 bottle of Tombow. You can never have enough. I'm always reaching for a new bottle of Tombow. That'll get you to your $90, and then you can choose the Oh So Ombre DSP as your free item. So there's a lot of sheets in here. You're going to get a lot of use out of it. I think that we're going to see this DSP cropping up all over because it is beautiful. So have a go at that. Place your orders that you can start getting that DSP from Tuesday. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you want this, please contact me. I'll be very happy to place that order for you. Hope you enjoyed these cards. Thanks to Angie for the inspiration, and I will see you next week. Bye.